Hey y'all, welcome back to Convos with Bree. I'm Bree, Bree, and today is day 46 of the Visibility Challenge. Today, I really want to talk about and remind everyone that we are truly in charge of our own experience. So many times we are misled to believe that we aren't in control because we are focused on the things that we cannot control. But that's not what shapes our experience. What shapes our experience is our attitude about it, about the tough things that do pop up, the challenges that are put in front of us. How we handle those are what makes our experience, how we hold our energy. I've been seeing this a lot lately where I'm hearing from people that they're unaware of how much energy they are giving to these situations. And it feels like they are being ganged up on, like they are just being kicked over and over and over again, and like they just can't catch a break. I have felt like this many times in my life, but I have really been working to reroute this. And I've been rerouting my understanding around this energy and how we feel about it. And I have noticed that my life has become so much more peaceful. It's not that everything is suddenly working out perfectly, it's that I am able to recognize that challenges will come, they will happen. And I am able to understand that my reactions, my thoughts, the way that I am aware around what I am feeling affects everything else. Let's say something simple. Somebody pulls out in front of you and you are just losing your shit over it. That can look like a lot of things. It can look like anger, frustration, calling names, hitting the steering wheel, yelling out, whatever. But then after that happens, you notice a slow driver. You notice somebody who stops and takes forever to turn and you're stuck behind them. You notice people that are driving in the left lane going slow when they should get the heck over, right? And you are irritated by everyone on the road now. That is not happening because it needs to happen. That is happening because your focus is going to everything that is annoying you, everything that is frustrating you, everything that is angering you. It's like the red car theory. If you are searching for red cars, you're going to see them everywhere. We don't understand, though, that we are searching for the negative experiences. We don't understand that our unconscious energy is locked and loaded with what we just felt when that first car pulled out in front of us. And the funniest part about this is that it's normally not that first car that pulled out in front of us that set us off. Normally, something else has happened that we are pretending we are fine with. We are just trying to keep the peace. We're pretending that it didn't bother us, and we are moving through our day. And then all of these little things keep popping up over and over and over again to show us we are not okay. We have not been okay all day. things have been building in the background. And what I see the most of is fear. Fear is coming out. And instead of sitting, feeling the fear, letting it come to surface, acknowledging that that fear is there, and then letting it go, we pretend. We pretend it isn't there. We push it down. We talk ourselves out of it. We logic it away. But we don't actually hear our fear. We don't actually let it come to the surface. So we stuff it back down where the unconscious energy just goes into overdrive. And it says, wow, this person isn't even hearing me. So now I have to work even harder to get them to hear me, to get them to feel these feelings. So now you're noticing every single thing that is bothering you and that is setting you off. And it feels like everything is building, everything is against you, everything is going wrong until you break. Until you break and you snap or you cry or you break down or you burn out. But that's fear. And it's almost never something that is a fear that belongs in the present. It's fearing tomorrow. It's fearing a week from now. It's fearing all the unknowns. We're just not being honest about how we're feeling in the moment. And that does more damage than if you just stopped and took a beat and you went, I am so terrified that I'm not going to have enough money tomorrow. I'm so exhausted and I still have to go to work all week. I'm not really loving my job right now. I'm not really loving the people that I'm around right now. I'm feeling very bored with my life. I really don't know what to do or how to get out of this. I don't see a clear path out of the thing that I am fearing. There are so many unknowns that could happen. I'm spinning a lot of scenarios. Whatever it is, whatever it looks like. If you can just sit and say those things out loud, and be honest with yourself, and then just sit and breathe and allow it to be there. Don't try to logic it away. Don't try to tell yourself that you shouldn't be worried about this or fake positive vibes. Just let yourself feel it. Let it be true for one moment. One moment. And I've never seen where that happens and you just sit and you feel it and you take a big breath in and you breathe it out. You cry it out. You yell it out. You write it out. You dance it out, draw it out, whatever you need to do. Go to the gym and work it out, whatever. Punch a bag, whatever. Once you let it out, once you let it come to the surface and you just let it be, you align. It feels lighter. It doesn't feel so heavy because you're not stuffing it down so hard. And once you do that, then you can say, okay, I don't have a solution for this right now. But today, just for today, I'm gonna put this worry on the shelf. I'm not carrying this worry around with me all day because it doesn't do me any good to continue to worry about it. If you need to, literally write down 10 minutes of time to worry in your schedule and then come back to it later. Designate a time where you're like, this is where I'm going to come back and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to see if there's any solutions. I'm going to see if it feels different. I'm going to see what it looks like at 5 o'clock tonight when I get home, or whatever your schedule looks like. I definitely don't recommend doing it right before bed though, because typically that worry tends to come with you into your sleep if you're doing it right before bed. I would say an hour or two before you're going to go to bed, before you're winding down, schedule it in there. Or if you're like, I don't have any time for that, schedule it for in the morning, in the beginning of your day, your next day, and say, I'm going to sleep on it, and then I'm going to see how I feel in the morning. And if I still feel like this, I'll sit down and give myself 10 minutes to worry, 10 minutes to really feel it, and then I'm going to move on with my day. Hauling around all this fear, all these scenarios, all these unknowns is absolutely pointless. It does not build anything. It does not make you more confident or more secure. It more so brings in more of this energy that you're feeling too burnt out on, that you don't want. You have this desire to get away from it, and yet we're calling in more. And we're leaving our nervous system incredibly unsettled. My favorite thing to do with this is to remind myself of how many dark days I have had. How many times I have felt like there was no way out. There was no solution. There was nothing that was going to make this moment better. And I realize every single one of those moments got better. Every single one of them resolved themselves when it was meant to. And worrying never, ever corrected a situation for me. Not once. I remind myself that I have experience in getting kicked and getting back up. And my experience is that it has led me to some beautiful places that I never could have guessed or planned or accounted for. There were so many things that I didn't know would happen in that moment that, oh my gosh, I would have never changed it. I am so happy with the way that it all shook out and all developed and where it led. And even those crazy moments that I never thought I'd make it through, the hardest, most grief-filled days, I did find my way. And I had all of these moments where I helped other people that felt that way find their way and get their feet a little more on the ground. And I was a light in their world. I would have never been able to do that had I not gone through these harrowing experiences. I wouldn't be sitting where I am right now if it wasn't for absolutely everything, every piece of my journey. And I remind myself, I can trust me. I can trust life. Life isn't going to be perfect. Life is not guaranteeing me that nothing will ever go wrong and that I will not have incredibly hard moments, incredibly hard lessons, incredibly hard challenges. But what life has shown me time and time again is that we will pave a path that leads somewhere beautiful. And we will take the darkest days and bring some light. And it will matter. It will make a difference. It will be impactful to not only myself, but to others. And it will change. It'll change things fundamentally for myself and everywhere I go, in everything I do. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm always able to find my way. I am so grateful for the people that are around me. I am so grateful for the beautiful scenery, the trees, the air, the delicious food, the just everything. How soft my dog's fur feels, how much she loves to like come up and let me run my fingers through her hair. Like, I love it. I love getting kisses from my partner and hugs from my people. And I love to be able to still, even with hearing loss, I have tools that allow me to hear voices, to hear the birds, to hear the water, to hear the sounds. I'm just so grateful for what I do have. I'm so grateful for my outlook and my ability to find something beautiful and something good in absolutely everything. And I soak that in. And I remind myself that favorite quote that my mom gave me so many years ago that she read, that if everyone threw their problems in a pile, you would be quick to take yours back. And it just reminds me that it is designed for us. If it is thrown our way, there is a way through. There is a way for us to do something with it. No matter how hard it seems, no matter how impossible that feels, it wouldn't be happening if it wasn't true. We don't free fall forever, even on the worst, hardest days of our lives. There comes a point where there is a choice that we have. We could end it all, or we can keep going. And I learned on my hardest days that me ending anything, me ending my life, was never going to be a choice. If life is done with me, life is going to take me. It will not be at my own hands. And I will not free fall forever. If I stop panicking and freaking out over the fall, and if I stop focusing on how afraid I am of the fall, then I can see everything else. I can see the new view. I can realize that I'm never coming in contact with the ground. I'm not actually in danger. And there's a lot of beautiful things all around. And the feeling of the free fall is actually exhilarating, because on the other side of fear, if you look at all emotion as like a spectrum, fear is one side and excitement is the other. And there's all of this in between. But it's all the same emotion. It's just how we land on it, what our perspective is, where we're choosing to be. And now that I know I have a choice in it, and now that I know I was free falling forever, and I never hit the ground. Life was still saying to me, there's no end. If you won't take yourself out, then you may just free fall forever. And eventually the free fall wasn't scary to me anymore, because I just felt like I was kind of suspended in the same space. And then I felt grateful because I was able to look around and start to see it all differently. And it gave me time to look around. It gave me time to adjust my feelings. It gave me time to understand why I was falling, what I was fearing, what that fear was doing to me. It allowed me to see that the fear didn't change anything. The fear just made the fall terrible. It felt terrible. And I was stuck in the fear of it. But once I let go and once I just allowed myself to fall and I realized I don't have any control here. If life is going to take me out, life is going to take me out. If life is going to provide a parachute or a path or whatever it is, life is going to do it. All I can do right now is fall. And all of a sudden, I wasn't falling anymore, y'all. All of a sudden, I was just in my life and good things were happening. And I was laughing and I was hearing laughter and good music. And there was good food and good friends and good company. I was spending great time with my family. I was on the road soaking in all of this beauty. Everything was changing and going in directions that I never saw coming. Things that I never thought I would actually do, but always wanted to do were coming true. And then I was able to see how many of my dreams had been coming true this whole time. I was just missing my life because I was so focused on the fear. I was so focused on the unknown, on the fall. But we get to choose how we show up, how we think, how we feel, the energy we put into everything. You can't see what you're not looking for. And sometimes we can't even understand what it is we're looking for until we allow ourselves to go deeper within, to sit still in the chaos, to just be honest about the fear, to let yourself fall, and to understand that it's out of your control. And then you look at what you can control. Your thoughts, your energy, how you truly feel in your body. And if you say, I'm happy, I'm peaceful, but your gut is tight, or your shoulders are tense, or you're short-tempered, or your tone is just giving you away, there's so many tells. But if you're not listening and you're not allowing yourselves to see your own tells, if you're not allowing yourself honesty within, if you're beating yourself up, beating yourself down, you're just going to keep hiding from yourself. And this is going to keep showing up. The people will always show up to highlight what it is you're missing. And then one day, somebody will pull out in front of you and it will take you back to this, to all these lessons, to all these times that you thought about it and started rerouting and doing it differently. And when you're stuck behind a slow driver, you're going to be thankful and grateful because you don't know what they're saving you from. You don't know why this is designed this way. But instead of looking for the negative, you're taking it as a moment to look for the good, to look for the grace, to look for the gratitude. Choose wisely today, friends. And remember, nothing meant for you will miss you. Be here now. Soak it in. Get extra honest. Allow yourself the opportunity to slow down and check in.